I'm Ashley Redmond from Morningstar.ca, and I'm here with Associate Analyst Carr Lampier. Carr, thanks so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
So every month you put together two great lists for Canadian investors, the Canadian Income Buy List and the Canadian Income Core List. Those are hard to say, I don't know why. So really, let's start with the core list. How did it perform this month?
So it did pretty well. It returned 1.1% this past month, which beat the benchmark, which only returned 50 basis points. So another good month for the core list.
Okay, and what stocks did you add to the core list this month?
So we added the Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce, that's a mouthful, and then the National Bank of Canada. It's a little easier to say.
Okay, and you said earlier that one stock that stood out to you was Cenovus Energy.
Yeah, so Cenovus is an interesting company. It's trading at about a 25% discount to our fair value, and it's one of our favorite picks because it has some interesting exposure to the oil sands. If the Keystone Pipeline gets approved, it could see a threefold potential increase in its production. But even right now, it's doing really nicely. So we think that's a nice hedge bet.
Okay, and what stocks fell off the list this month?
So we had Cameco and TELUS fell off this month. We can only have about 8 stocks on the buy list, so perhaps we'll see them again in the near future.
Okay, and let's switch gears to the income list. How did that perform this month?
So that didn't perform as well, unfortunately. It lost about 1.8%, and again, that's compared to the 50 basis points from the benchmark.
Okay, and I know you added a few different stocks to that list this month, including AGF and Rogers. And one stock that stood out to you was Rogers Communications.
Yeah, we really like Rogers because it's a very well-positioned communications. It's got a great kind of network around Canada. It's one of the largest communication networks there, and it's been adding to its dividend recently. And so we think that it A, offers an attractive value, and then B, it's well-positioned to continue to grow.
So what stocks fell off the list other than Power Financial Corp?
So we had Bank of Nova Scotia fall off, and then also TELUS this month.
Okay, great. Thanks so much, Carr.
Thanks for having me.
To check out the list, go to the stocks page of Morningstar.ca.